Hello, Kelly Ann Matuskiewicz from makebigmagic.com. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing how to identify your own internal limiting beliefs and transmute them, change them with ease. So, as well as a couple of stories of clients that have come to me with these beliefs that they had about why they were stuck in their life and how I was able to help them see for themselves what was actually going on underneath the surface. And through that, I want to offer this to you as well so that you can identify your own limiting beliefs on your own. But if at any point you feel like you are really ready to grab the reins of your life, your business, your relationships, and up level, that's what my mentorship and my business is all about. Make Big Magic. Make Big Magic is about intentionally creating your life. It may seem from the title or what I started to share is that, oh, well, there's a problem and we need to fix it. We're moving away from that. We are collectively moving into remembering and realizing what we are capable of creating in our lives and stepping out of the self-help matrix. And so when I'm talking here about identifying your limiting beliefs, it does not mean you're going to go and search for what is in my way. I'm going to share with you the process and you're going to see that it's about focusing forward focus. What do I desire? What do I want to create? And that will naturally bring to the surface anything that is unlike itself. And so one of the examples I wanted to share is a client came to me and she has a desire for a romantic relationship. And as we were in conversation about it, she said, I don't believe I'm worthy. And I could tell in the conversation that that is actually, well, it's not true, first of all, and that it's actually an outer layer. And I'll describe these things with my clients that it's like these outer layers are like the doorman to the VIP club. Like it's protecting something. Like people will be angry, and a lot of times that is the defense or the doorman to sadness or grief or some other pain that they're trying to protect with this outer expression of, anger or some other emotion. And so when she came to me and she said, I don't feel worthy, I knew that wasn't it. And so we went a little bit further. And so I said, well, what do you really want? And she said, I want to be in a romantic relationship. I want a partner. I want to create a life with somebody. And even though she's been out there and dating and, putting herself in experiences that, she can meet other, potential partners, everybody had been an arm's distance away. Because on an energetic level, what she was actually doing was protecting an inner pain. So this belief of I'm not worthy, underneath it was actually, I am afraid to get hurt again. I don't want to get hurt again. And so we put this, she put this layer over it of like, I'm not worthy. And then put the focus on, well, I need to heal this worthiness thing, which is only perpetuating the distance of allowing the relationship she wanted in. And so when she focused on where she wanted to go, which was, I want a relationship, I want to build a life with somebody, I want to be in love, right? So forward momentum, what naturally came to the surface was, I'm afraid to get hurt again. So this is the process that I want to offer to you, is ask yourself, First of all, what are you telling yourself that you believe? What is the narrative that you're telling yourself about your experience? And what is the belief about that, right? So if you're saying, I want to make more money, but I can't because of ... or I, want to be in a romantic relationship, but ... or, I want to have my own home, ... I want this, but I don't have enough money, or ... This is what you'll hear me say, like, choice is your superpower. Because when you choose what it is that you truly desire, what is unlike that choice will naturally come to the surface. And then you can work through dismantling the narrative, the belief, and the energy that's holding it all in place. So what I did is I brought my client through this process of alchemizing, transmuting the fear of getting hurt again. And once that was out of the way, it's like this belief of not being worthy didn't have the hold that it originally had, right? Because it's at the front door and it's saying, I'm here to protect you from getting hurt again. But when that came down, and when the pain of being and fear of being hurt again was transmuted, there was more of this openness and this excitement and this, just this juiciness about knowing like what she desired is available, and it's going to be a fun journey going along the way to discover it. So ask yourself to really take some time and take a look at what is the story that you're telling yourself, because the story is going to tell you what your belief is. And once you hear that, ask yourself, what do I really want? What do I really desire? And then feel it. What does it feel like to be in this loving, romantic, blissful relationship? What does it feel like to be running your own business, doing something you absolutely love, expressing yourself freely and creatively? What does it feel like to have the financial abundance and the cash available to you to do what you desire? What does it feel like to feel healthy in your body? Okay, so take a look at the stories you're telling yourself, see what belief comes to the surface, choose what you really want, and feel it. Where what is not in alignment with the frequency within you, is not in alignment with what you desire, is going to come to the surface when you are choosing what it is what you want. And then that's your opportunity to be present and transmute those energies to shift and alchemize those conflicting frequencies. Because some of these core beliefs are really locked in to serve as protection, but they're really blocking you from that next thing that you desire. And, these internal belief systems don't necessarily operate as protection. They, a lot of them are like these false structures that you took on from others, or it's like, they've been passed down, like what your parents believed about love, or what you saw in relationship with them and how the distortion, or, what your, I don't know, let's say your mother believed about men and how that got passed down to you, or what your mother believed about money, or what your father, like how he interacted with money and how that affected you, right? But if you're listening to this, there's a part of you that is here to transmute that for yourself and your family line. And you do that through focusing forward on what you want to create and what you desire. And I promise you, what is anything that is unlike it will come up to the surface. And if you find yourself trying to find problems, you're going to find them. And then you're always in this cycle of finding problems and resolving them, and finding them and resolving them. And I really hope that you're understanding the process is that it doesn't have to take a long time, but it does take a choice And it does take some courage to really take a look at our internal structures, because there's a lot of people that even come to me that are stuck with like, I can't even get clear on my desires because I learned that they weren't, it was bad to have desires. So if you get stuck there, those are the things that we can work through as well. But another example I had with a client where he was really magical at, and so my point of all of this is that you may have a belief about what's going on for you, and it's very likely that that is the doorman to what is actually happening underneath. Because if you know, right, if you know what your belief is, then why don't you just change it, right? Just change your belief. Sometimes it's not that easy, but it absolutely can be when you're working with energy medicine and emotional alchemy, these internal processes. So I was working with a client who was really magical at manifesting money. He would just say, I need money, and it would just come. Well, he was ready to take the money that he would be manifesting and bring it beyond just needing it for, what was the word I'm looking for? Necessities. And really wanting to bring it more money in to actually